The US is the third most populous country behind India and China. Yet the American society is the largest, most diversified and complex group of people in the world. And it's hard to understand a society formed by 327 million people. So to get a clear perspective and to understand it as a whole, let's shrink it down from 327 million all the way down to 100 people. So assuming that there are just 100 people living in the US, 51 of them are women and 49 are men. The age structure of our shrunk down American society is pretty well balanced, with 24 of its members aged between 0 and 18 years old, 10 people aged from 19 to 25 years old, 12 people who are between 26 and 34, so 46 Americans are younger than 35 years old. The next 26 people are aged between 35 and 54, another 13 people are between 55 and 64 years old, and the remaining 15 people are senior citizens. Now, breaking down the group based on race or ethnicity, 62 people self-identify as white, 17 identify themselves as Hispanics or Latinos, and the next 13 members of the community self-identify as African Americans. Out of the remaining 8 people, 5 identify themselves as Asians, 1 as Native American, and the last 2 people do not consider themselves as having a certain ethnicity. Furthermore, 16 of them weren't born in the US, 8 are children of immigrants, and the other 76 people are at least third-generation American. The most spoken language at home is English, which is spoken by 80 people. The next 13 people talk in Spanish when they are home. 1 prefers talking in French while at home. The next person Chinese, and the last 5 people speak over 300 other languages. Right now the group lives in 42 housing units, and of those 27 are occupied by their owners. Now let's see where these 100 people live within the US. The most populous state is California, which is home to 12 people, followed by Texas with 9 residents. The next 12 Americans are living in Florida and New York. Pennsylvania, Illinois and Ohio each have as much as 4 people living within their state borders, which means that a total of 45 people live in just 7 states. The next 15 people are residents of Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, New Jersey and Virginia, and the remaining 40 Americans are living in the other 38 states. Each year, 2 people will move from one state to another, however, but even so, 90 people live within just 15 minutes of a Walmart. From a spiritual point of view, the group of 100 is overwhelmingly Christian, with 71 people who have adhered to Christianity, out of whom 47 are Protestants, 21 are Catholics, and the remaining 2 are members of other Christian groups. The next 2 people are Jewish, 1 is Muslim, 1 is Buddhist, and another 1 is Hindu. Out of the remaining 24 people, 2 have adhered to other religions, and the last 22 are atheists, agnostics, or non-religious. But religious or not, 56 people have pets, 37 have dogs, and 31 have cats. The numbers don't add up because some people have both a cat and a dog. While just 8 people do not own a cell phone, the other 92 have cell phones. 68 of them have smartphones, and half of these people have iPhones. Since we are talking about what they own, 30 members of our group of 100 possess at least 1 firearm, and 3 of them have a collection of 17 guns each. 38 people are currently married, and the average age people get married at is 29 for men and 27 for women. A total of 30 people have their fingerprints on file with the FBI, and 1 person is in prison. When it comes to education, 86 people have high school diplomas or are expected to graduate, 29 went further with their education and got a bachelor's degree, and 6 have a master's degree. But out of the 14 people who did not finish high school, 9 can't even read or write. Right now, 40 people have a full-time job, while 4 others are unemployed. And speaking of jobs, out of the group of 100, a total of 13 people will work at McDonald's at some point in their lives. Of those 40 who are employed right now, however, 17 make less than $25,000 per year, and 11 people earn between $25,000 and $50,000 annually. This leaves us with 6 people who make between $50,000 and $75,000, another 3 who make between $75,000 and $100,000, and the last 3 employed members of the group make more than $100,000 every year. Now, looking into how wealthy everybody is, one person controls 35.5% of the total household wealth, other 19 people own 51.5%, and this means that the vast majority, or 80 people, are left with just 13% of the total household wealth in America. When it comes to health, 49 people are overweight and 25 of them are obese. 9 people have diabetes, 12 are diagnosed with a heart disease, and 38 people will develop a cancer of any type at some point in their lifetime. Furthermore, 20 people are living with an STD as we speak, and 6 get infected with one every year. Finally, all 100 people will leave a mark for generations to come. Who knows how these statistics will change in 50 or 100 years. Thanks for watching. Le end.